Welcome to Candied Stripes with Fishtails.
I'm breaking down fears one episode at a time. Now the disclaimer, these stories aren't for kids, as the content at times may be quite intense.
Thanks for listening. In this podcast reality, I am Oceanic Breeze. Have you ever started something and then simply just stopped because you just can't get it right? Well, that's where I've been. The last 2 weeks, I've literally been in stoppage mode because I simply can't find the images that I want to portray this poem that I'm about to read. If anyone's ever taken on the monumental task of trying to put a channel together and trying to create that with free content, you will know how exhaustive the search is to find exactly what you want. To be able to put that onto a page and say, right, that is exactly how I want that to look and feel. While the first 2 podcasts came together very, very quickly and very easily, this last podcast hasn't, because I simply just cannot find what I want to be able to express what I want to say. I no longer want to sit in the feeling of not being good enough. I no longer want to overcomplicate everything so that I don't do. I no longer want to sit in a feeling of no flow and no forward movement. So for this reason, I'm scrapping the idea of picture books for adults, and I'm going to concentrate on what is actually important, and that is reading the words of my poems and my writing so that you may hear, so that my words may uncover something within you that needs healing or needs change, and that my words will help my healing and my change, because we're not simply here to just do the same shit over and over and over again. There's so many ways of doing things. You can either go over the top of it, underneath it, or around it. Or you can continue to be stuck in that which you want to control. Well, I'm here to say that I let go of control. I let go of knowing what is going to happen next. And I open up myself to be able to see things in a different way and to move forward within that, and not see this as a backward step, but a step back to the original idea and focus. There's so many times in my life where I've overcomplicated things, over-dramatized things, and I expect great things from that. The one thing that I want this podcast to do is to settle people, is for you to know that there's other people out there experiencing the same thing that you are. It's okay for you to experience what you're experiencing and feel it. This was not set in concrete, like nothing is. Everything is changeable. Everything's interchangeable. And I believe that within this forward movement, within this elimination of more fakeness, of fake characters, of fake backgrounds, of all of it, that the truth will come through even more. I am all about healing that which we cannot see. I want the experience of this podcast to be free of fear and free of that spiral that we go through sometimes when we can't get things the way we want them to be. In order for clarity, I just need to remove the stuff that isn't clear. So in saying that, let's move forward, and all I ask of you is the same thing that I ask of myself, and that is to be open to the message and the feelings, the emotions, and the story that arises for you. Humans as storytellers. As humans, we are storytellers. We tell stories through words, actions, and feelings. We retell, share, and reshare the story. Have you ever told a story to only uncover that somehow along the journey of storytelling, through add-ons and deletions, the story now sounds barely familiar? It grew and became much bigger, far more dramatic than the actual true event ever was. Yet, you ran with it, and it became the new story, so far-fetched that the memory of it has now also changed. And you sit, ravaged by confusion, wondering why the memories and feelings attached no longer make a whole lot of sense. That somehow you remember it much differently, questioning yourself for the truth, for the story that was first told, because you went along with or created elaborate scenarios and stretching of the truth. You can only remember the lies. Do you ever wonder, is it important to honour the moment just the way it is?